Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Software Inc. So we are here, February 2021. We don't have very much left of this gameplay. We pretty much did everything I wanted to do, but before we wrap it up, there is a couple other things that are important. So to start off, we are going to go into our team management. We are going to look at our port team. So I have two port teams. We have Port and Port Night. They both have 70, and that is a lot. That's a lot. And then we have 6 games. So we are going to start by splitting up our port teams. Right now I have 8 office spaces assigned. So theoretically, 11.6 employees at our current amount are able to work on each port team. But if we go through and divide it evenly between the 8 spaces, we should be able to have enough like 9 employees per team, and then we'll have an extra 2 teams both in the morning and in the evening to help us with our port jobs specifically. So I'm gonna go ahead and start creating those teams off camera, and I'll come back and talk to you guys once those port teams are created. Okay, so we went ahead and got that all set up. So if we look here at our teams, we have all of our separate teams separated for their port jobs, and then I just have to wait until the day rolls over for Port Night and Port to transfer over. So let's go down to our port jobs. Oh, we don't have any. Perfect. Let's go take a look at our releases. Products. Let's go to categories. So our sports team is gonna go ahead and get all of these sports games port. Oh, I can't do it like that? Interesting. Okay, so we'll start with football 4 here. Let's go ahead and port that with our sports port team. Both of these are going to port onto that, and then they're also going to port by active users. Oh yeah, there is. Let's do these two since they have over 1 million. And then for our simulator game, let's go ahead and get these ported. We're going to get lots of notifications about people being upsetty spaghetti as we roll on to the next month, but that's okay. I believe we have everything situated for our port jobs. Everybody who has every game type has a separate port team, so they can all work on porting multiple things, and we can kind of stack it up like this, and it seems like they're only working on like one task. Yeah, pretty much all of our port teams are throwing a temper tantrum right now because they're like, where do we go? I'm so confused. So that was the main task that I wanted to get accomplished. I did go ahead and add an extra layer here, so we are just 1 layer away from getting our skyscraper to actually build the tallest building on our city block, which is pretty good, pretty impressive. Okay, let's then go and take a look and see if we can change the lead designer on any of these people. So it looks like our first-person shooter and RTS games do have the correct lead designer onto there. I think it would be so funny to just create a short series based on this Let's Play where it's like, okay, so I know there was a lot of hype about whether or not how the lead designer creativity works, but we finally figured it out just for some like clarification purposes, because I feel like a couple of those episodes were pretty misleading since I did not understand how it worked. As for our operating system team, let's go ahead and check out our releases for our consoles. So we still don't have very many users on it, but we can go ahead and get an update working for it because it seems like we have a lot of things to update. Make sure to put it on the SCM, and then the teams are going to be for the console. Let's get an update out and running for the secret. I mean, it was a great console. We're just hoping that the employee or the consumers realize that very shortly here. So the good news is we started making some money. For a couple months there, we were losing some profits, which is a little bit scary and a little bit sussy. Oh, but we did get a huge bump in active users, and hopefully that has something to do with more games and stuff coming onto our console, and hopefully it'll just go up from there. And we just passed on our $2 billion point, so great, especially because it was a little bit scary there. Let's go ahead and check out the secret and see how many people. 41,000. We keep doubling it like this. I'm just saying, it's gonna be a great success. Okay, let's go ahead and start another add-on joystick for the secret. We'll go ahead and hit OK on this one. Let's check out our add-on for the original Pro controller. We lost money on it, but the retail price was only 25, so that probably had something to do with it. Then again, it says we sold 209,000. Maybe we just really lost a lot of money on it. That's okay though. So while our team is working on this, we'll go ahead and start the marketing for it as well. And our port teams are blasting through the port jobs, so let's go ahead and, oh my god, let's back away from that. That was very loud. Let's go ahead and add on to this football one because it's closest. Let's add on 2 more, and Cowboy 5 looks like it could probably use some extra as well. I did not realize how many distribution things we had, so I'm definitely gonna take a look at that once we roll over to the next month. We're wavering in our money again a little bit, but let's take a look at our distribution and see what is going on. So football, we did not sell that many, so let's go ahead and change the maximum of this to like maybe 10,000 and just go through and reduce all of these. Doesn't look like we're selling that many, so that'll help a little bit, I hope. Okay, I cleaned it up quite a lot. We pretty much brought everything 10,000 is the highest, and if we end up like getting the notification you lost sales or whatever, we can definitely adjust that as we need to. Now that it is September 2021, it is time for our Super Joystick to be released. It's just the add-on. It's interesting that they're fixing bugs for it, considering it's a controller. So I don't know if that's like fixing the bugs in the, you know, operating system, whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and release it. Okay. All right, this is gonna be a great tool, I'm sure. Let's go ahead and give it a $15,000 budget. Hit OK on that. Bring up our marketing to meet the rest of our marketing, and let's go ahead and end our Pro controller marketing, because now we want them to buy the Super Joystick. You know, it brings them super joy. Why not? Okay, so we made $917,000 with the Super Joystick, so I think it went pretty well, kind of bolstered our income by quite a lot, which is amazing. Okay, so apparently our Super Joystick, they want us to start printing 125,000 of them. We are at the end of December, like the last month here in 2021. So our Super Joystick, we're printing 40,000. They want us to print 130,000. So we'll go ahead and update that. So yeah, that's good, I guess. Let's see how many people are actually using the secret now. 118,000. Okay, perfect. I think a lot of that has to do with us finishing up some of these port jobs, which really helps. Yeah, so that's great news. And here at the end of December, we are looking at pretty good. We keep losing a little bit of money. I had to build another story. I decided to split up our patent teams as well, our law teams, just because we aren't keeping up with them. So each research team also has their own law team, which really helps out. Hopefully, we'll see that helping out. And then we're just pushing out another update for the secret, just because we have like nearly 400,000 bugs. Obviously, we could update the 3D, but like I've mentioned previously, for these patents, if you hit start patenting 3D 2021, then 3D 2020 just like goes out the window. And it automatically jumps to somebody else has researched this, even if they really haven't. Okay, so we only have 4 out of 6 port jobs going right now. So let's check out our releases for our products. And that was kind of the point of splitting up our port team, is getting up to date with our port jobs. So that way our sales increase, especially in this downtime between game releases. Okay, so I'm checking this out and I'm a little bit suspicious. World Conqueror Cowboy 5. So Cowboy 5 should be the next one to be coming out, which is an RPG game. If we go to our RPGs, they're not developing it, and we're just about at the 5-year mark, which is when we should be releasing them. So let's go ahead and look at this. They haven't even started working on one. So let's go ahead and bring this down to, let's say, 48. So that's like a lot less time. And then let's also bring this, we'll keep that at 36. Because yeah, it looks like all they're doing is like marketing Cowboy 5. But we should be coming out with Cowboy 6 here extremely soon. So yeah, that's a little bit suspicious. Hopefully that helps it. And then the other thing I want to check is my core team still has 4 employees. Okay, good. So like, are we already retiring? So maybe we'll see them start developing this hopefully soon, now that we reduced the iteration cooldown. But we're kind of bouncing back and forth with our sales. Like, we'll make great profits and then we don't. And I feel like it has something to do with the amount of times that we're actually putting out stuff. Cowboy 4 going up. Oh god, we keep losing them. I mean, that's good. That's the point. Getting through the port jobs, right? Okay, yeah. So that's basically what the idea of keeping this is, so that way we can port over our old games as well as our new games to all of the operating systems. But I am going to go ahead and leave this part here. Thank you so much for joining me on this Let's Play series. We are in the final week of this. I just want to get another console out and ready. But at this point in the game, it's pretty much everything's automated, which is the best. And plus also I'm pretty sure we're like losing a lot of our core team. So yeah. So the plans for the rest of this is to get the lead designers figured out for our automation and start making good games again, to separate out our port teams and our law teams, so every team has a specific one task for them to do, which we definitely accomplished this episode. And after that, we'll just get our new console up and running. So thank you so much for joining me on this series. I'm having a blast. It seems like you guys are enjoying it as well. Look for some updates coming to my page. I talked a little bit about it on my Patreon, so when that post goes public, you can figure out what I'm thinking for the expansion of this channel and like updating it. But as always, there is a link to all my social media in the description. So I have a sticker shop, I have a Patreon, and I have a TikTok. The Patreon is $3 a month, where you get your name on the end credits. And if you want to support me for free, that would be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. You can do that by liking, sharing, leaving a comment down below, and of course subscribing to my channel. That helps out the YouTube algorithm, get my content in front of more people's faces. So until I see you guys again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.